Phprunner, like a bridge, silent architect, building up the future where the code once wrecked. A painter with no brush, yet it paints with ease. A symphony of data, flowing like the breeze. The canvas is bare, but it calls your name. Come and create, you're not the same. No need to fight, no tangled threads. Just weave the web where logic treads. A quicker choice, now take your stand. Dynamic pages at your command. Databases dance and forms take flight. Phprunner guides you to the light. From grids to charts, from lists to views, turns the complex into simple cues. No more struggle with code, so rare, invisible now, but everywhere. For the dreamer, the artist, the coder too, Phprunner whispers, your vision's true. No more wrestling with the syntax maze, just create and let the platform blaze. Or click a choice, now take your stand. Dynamic pages at your command. Databases dance and forms take flight. Phprunner guides you to the light. For the novice or expert you see, a world of apps is now set free. A tool of magic, simplicity crowned, where beauty and data are found. Or the novice or expert you'll see, a world of apps is now set free. A tool of magic, simplicity crowned, where beauty and data are found. Click a choice, now take your stand. Dynamic pages at your command. Databases dance and forms take flight. Phprunner guides you to the light. Yeah, Phprunner guides you to the light. In a world where your dreams take flight. Yeah. In a world where your dreams take flight.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this world. Welcome to Livestream 17 here on Phprunner Tips and Tricks. I want to remind you that you can become a member for as little as $1 per month, which will support me and help keep the channel going. With that being said, thank you to Kenneth Sivertson, who joined the membership a few days ago. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name too badly, but I think I got it close, if not 100% correct. Welcome and thank you for your support. Okay, today we will investigate how to populate tooltips programmatically in Phprunner. This idea is directly from a DevClub webinar. The last webinar, entitled Explore Custom Password Functions, is what gave me the idea and taught me how to do it. I left a link in the description to 2 DevClub tutorials that have a lot of information that we all can learn from. In fact, any DevClub tutorial has something to offer. And if you are not a member yet, find the link in the description to join. Also, before we start, please like and subscribe to this channel. Your subscription and thumbs up help with the YouTube algorithm tremendously. As always, I'm going to start the presentation and I will review the chat afterwards. If you have a question in between or any time, please leave them in the chat. I will address those once I finish the entire presentation. It's just easier for me that way or this way. Okay, so let's start. Okay, here we have a project. It was from the webinar. I just downloaded the project and I opened up in my own PC. So I just gonna go here to the add and customers edit page, and you will see that each and every field has a tooltip, and that's because in this particular view the fields was split. So every field, we will be working with this last two tooltips, and I'm going to show you what they've done using a function. We're going to change the function a little bit, but these are the tooltips. You will see that every field has a tooltip. That's what I'm trying to show here. Okay, so going to the events page, first I forgot to mention the actual field names is MP1, and if you click on MP1, and you will see there's an event for this field, and there's a field event. It calls a function, validate fields is the name of the function. Two variables is going through, page ID and page object. So that validate fields function is what we want to work with, because this is the function that actually is in use when you put some data into that field. Okay, so NP1 and NP2, it's just short for new password 1 and new password 2. So you must actually watch the tutorial. I left a link for you to go watch the tutorial. Here we go now to the custom function JS, and this is the function, validate function. Now I already added a lot of how do you say now, comments to this function, trying to understand how it actually works. So this is the function that was given to us by the web by Sergi. He wrote this entire function, and I'm just gonna steal his idea here and show you how it works. This very first two lines is we get a reference to the runner control object, and the page ID is also used here to identify the two controls. Okay, so it's var1 and var2 control, and then yes, you will see the page ID, and then the next line, 2 lines, is where we basically just get the value. We use .get value from those two control values, and we actually do our best to get the values. Okay, and the values will now be stored in NP1 and the other variable NP2, as you can see over here. The next line, we use jQuery to find all HTML elements with the class not underscore match, and removes it from the page. Okay, so you can read here what I wrote here. It matched messages before. Okay, it basically just cleared the messages if there was anything already in those fields. Okay, and then the variable HTML2. What happens here? This line gets the existing HTML content specific, and it saves it into that variable. It looks for an element with the attribute data help dash help 4, and it must also be set to NP2. Then it finds a child element with the class text muted. I will show you in a moment how it looks like in development tools, dev tools. Just want to see here. This is the default help desk for the placeholder. Okay, yes, you will see now in a moment when we go to the place. I'm just trying to explain what that line is doing. You can also pause the video and read the comments for yourself, because my explanation is not always the best. But let me quickly stop here and just show you what it looks like on the web page. So here we have, and the last two fields is what we're working for. I'm going to just click on the new password, the last field, and inspect, and you will see what we are looking for is actually the tooltip that's right below the field and above the save button. Right in between that small space, there is the tooltip. We will find the tooltip there, right here. You will see it's our edit tooltip is the thing we are looking for, and if you open that up, you will find another div called data help 4 equals np2. That is what the code I just showed you is looking for. And the data hidden, you will see soon we are going to remove the data hidden, and then we will put our own text in there soon. So this is what this is doing. It's looking for data hidden, and for it's set to np2, and text muted inside of that main element. Okay, this is the default help text, yeah, as like I said. So I really hope this makes sense. You will see in a moment where it shows up the moment we put data in here. Now let's just I'm just trying to think what's the best. Okay, so let's just go back to the project. Now here the if statement, this is where everything is actually happening. Okay, this is where the magic happens. All right, so inside the if block, right, there's now going to be a couple of tests. This is how the validation message is basically compiled, and we're gonna put this message the password doesn't show. So let me show you the text muted. You see we're looking for this text muted within this element, data hidden, and we are going to add our own div within this div that's already here. And that div will have a class and all of that. I will get to that probably later. But this is, I'm trying to be in detail showing you here as quickly as possible. So I think the best way is to pause and to read all these comments. It's really showing you what this function is doing. And it's really straightforward actually. Okay, yeah, you can see here the div has a class of invalid3, I think it is, and then you will see all of that. I'm actually not going to bother too much more here. You can use this function as is, but it all depends on what you are trying to do. So this function is a JavaScript function, and what I do not like about this function, well, I really, this function is so straightforward, and we can all use it, you can see, but I don't like this np1 and np2 to be hard coded in the function. I would like to see my function rather, let me comment this out completely so that I can show you I already have a function that does exactly the same. The only difference is it's going to ask for the two fields via an array, so that this function becomes available for more than just the np1 or the np2 fields. So I modified this function to accept an array control names instead of using the hard-coded MP1 and MP2 within the function. I hope this makes sense. So that's the only difference. So when you call this function now, you will have to supply the field names that you are working with as well. And I just feel like it's more usable function now. This is the control names I added. You have to supply that, and then I have an additional check here in the beginning. Check if control names is an array and has exactly 2 elements, and those elements cannot be empty either. Alright, so it will then just continue exactly the same. This is from here on, it's exactly the same as the function that was given to us. The only difference. So I will show you now in a moment. You can see here clear it's doing exactly the same. I just put less comments, but it's doing exactly the same. The only difference is like I said, is the array that I added, and that array can only contain 2 values. Okay, and this is another function we will talk about in another time. So okay, so that is what I want to show you, and you will see now I have this MP1 MP2 that we're gonna have to add to this function. Now you will see here I have the field events. It's all this function is, we call it here from the first field event. You will have to add MP1 MP2 like this now. Now I'm hard coding it now again here in the function call, but the idea is you will be able to call this validate fields function, and you may programmatically calculate the fields or whatever and put it in here as a variable. It doesn't have to be hard coded. I'm just hard coding it now. What am I doing here now? I can't have 2. Hold on, there. This is better. And then the same, I think this one is not, it's not calling it there. This one as well. And now we should probably rename this validate fields thing to populate tooltips or something. It doesn't matter. But that is basically what we're doing here. We're going to put a message. Now another thing I didn't show you is this cdw swal. It's just my own function that I call with the message and the name of the OK button. It only takes 2 parameters. It's using SweetAlert2. I just find it easier in code like this. You will see right here at the bottom is function SweetAlert2, and there's so much going on. This code can be extremely overwhelming, if you like, you know, and that is why I put it in there. This is when the array is only going to execute when one of the arrays is not properly populated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove np2 from the array just to show you what's happening. Okay, you must go and watch the original webinar tutorial as well, please. You can see where I'm coming from, and you will understand why I'm doing this. This is just it taught me how to do this. Those tutorials are amazing. Anyway, let me open up the web page here. I'm gonna close this. Let's just go back, refresh the page maybe, go back in. I'm gonna go back now to the one of these bottom two ones, because that's where that function is called from, and I'm just gonna put any random value. But now look at this pop-up. The control names parameter must be an array with exactly 2 non-empty values. Okay, so it's telling me my array is not working properly because I just broke it in front of your eyes. Okay, and the same will happen on the other fields, but we can test it quickly. You see, same thing. Okay, let's just go back to list. Let's go back to the project and fix this. These NP1. This must be NP2. So if these if the parameters are if this array that I'm populating now in this way is populated, that pop-up will never show. Okay, I think that's all of them. Yeah, this one also is the password. Okay, this is for a different tutorial. I still have to figure out what those functions are actually doing, and then I will make another video. Anyway, here we go. You will see now. Let's just populate my passwords here, random password that I'm populating. You will see the save button is currently not working. Let's go to okay, this field over here, and there the tooltip is now populated. The new password does not match. The message probably can be more clear, but this is the idea. The idea is, and if I change, copy that one, paste it here, let's see, now they both are the same, but the save button is still inactive. Why is that? Okay, let's just change this one first to a 7 again. You will see now the password it does not match. So it's how to populate. That function, that entire function, is actually populating the tooltip programmatically. And if I put something in the old password, something random, the save button will become available. But because I don't know what the password is, actually save it now, it will tell us old password does not match here on top. But we'll get to this part of the application later on. This is basically what I wanted to show you, is that you can now become very creative using one copy. You can copy this function as is, just the way you want, and send your own fields in. You can manipulate it. The real magic is happening in the if statement there on line 58. It's the if statement where the test for the NP1 and the NP2, and you will be good to go. You can actually populate any field, because any field does have a tooltip that you can populate in using this function now. Hopefully you can see the value what I'm trying to show. It's one of those functions that you want to make a copy of and actually save it somewhere safe, so you can reuse it in your projects one day. Probably every, this section over here is the most important part. You don't even need a function. You can use this in the JavaScript onload event of that custom button if you want to. You know what I'm saying? So it's not restricted to the function. It's just nice to have a function. I love functions. Functions are awesome. And the fact that this one is now actually accepting values outside, field names outside of the function, that makes it even better. So thank you. Let me quickly see what's going on in the chat. That's more or less what I wanted to say. Any questions? Okay, Mr. Faisal Admin, thank you very much for your beautiful comment. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions? Do we have anybody else in the chat? Yeah. Okay, hopefully I was clear enough with my demonstration. I was trying to bring a simple message across, and that is how we can use that function just to programmatically populate that the the tooltip value of any field. And I made the function to be able to be called from anywhere, really, any JavaScript code, and we could, you can supply the field names also, and you can change that logic completely. It's actually that only if statement that's very important. I wish this was clear enough. Let me know in the comments. And also, I struggled with tonight's stream. It was a little bit difficult with technical issues and stuff. It doesn't want to work correctly, but it seems like it was okay. So I will say thank you very much for everybody that was here. Fasal, you're always here. Thank you very much. I will see you next time, and may you have a wonderful rest of your day. Till next time. Bye-bye.